years and years have been working with audio and video and artistically treating those as two equal phenomena, that one should feed the other and one should not become subservient to the other. And it was whilst thinking about that realised that video games kind of dominate the market, and just inverting that notion of video games, what would happen if we created an audio game? So that was kind of a little idea that was ticking around for a while, and what we really needed was an opportunity or an environment in which to explore that fully. So the first things we started to look at was what is an audio game exactly, how would people play it, where would people play it? That was a big question. What percentage of people would even find an audio game appealing? It's not 100%, that's for sure. We knew that right from the start. We knew that we needed to play a percentages game. And the other question was, how would we get an audio game to the player? So these are all really valid questions when we're thinking well before the word iPhones even come to mind. We were considering, we appraised the pros and cons of every console, every handheld mobile device. And the iPhone in those days was very new. The App Store had only just launched, and gaming on the iPhone was still a relatively new phenomenon. But it was the most appropriate. So I guess why my sort of contribution to today is different from others perhaps, and excuse me, I wasn't here in the first session, is perhaps that we didn't necessarily design specifically for mobile. It was a natural outcome of looking at the requirements of an audio game. So we looked again at the platforms, and of course we had the now ubiquitous iPhone platform to choose from. And the reasons why we determined to go for that were that it's mobile, more mobile than say PlayStation or DS formats, simply because you have it with you all the time. It has high quality audio, organic methods of interaction. It had an app store, a nucleic app store. It was already a music-related device. That's an important point. The iPhone is really an iPod. That's how it came about. It had a demographic that we thought encompassed the kind of people who might buy this kind of product. And at the time, I think there's somewhere like about 13 or 14 million handsets, compatible handsets worldwide. Now I've just heard from Simon at the back that that's closer to 100 million, with perhaps some allowance for multiple ownership in there. Marketing. Very sort of brave marketing idea from the marketing professionals that we brought on board, which was to point out that visual media is totally inappropriate for an audio game. Therefore, we went for a totally digital marketing campaign. It all hinged really around the blog site that we very slowly built up over time as things progressed, which gave us time to fill it. And also keep the pace, keep things new within that. We created a viral video, which I was going to show you, but I think we're about to run out of time. Everything was linked together, the social media sites, and all the way through to sort of like Google Analytics. The package that they put together for us to be able to measure the success and route through the market to actual eventual sale was brilliant. And it's something that I would advise anybody who's got the need to create an application is make sure that the analytics are set up properly. It's incredibly useful.
This is Aurifi. I'm here to help you learn a new form of play, where your actions create or influence the sounds in Aurifi. Before we really begin, make sure that this is coming from your left ear and this is coming from your right ear. Okay, this sound is linked to the left and right tilt of your touchpad. Practice moving it around. Four, three, 2.
Okay, so the game goes on. The game goes on to challenge you with those little tools that you've built. And it is like learning a language. So how was it received? Pretty much straight away. It got excellent review press from the review sites. So, for instance, remembering this is our first computer game, 7 out of 10 from Pocket Gamer and the Bronze Award. Some really lovely other things said by other sites, and most of them were kind of like 4 out of 5. Where are we there? Yeah, those headlines that we sought to grab, we got. It was just fantastic. And so we were featured on the App Store, I think probably because of its innovation, and totally agree with the previous comments about building a relationship with Apple. Absolutely critical if you want a head start. But as the other people have already said as well, as soon as you move from the App Store, from the promotion list, sorry, you'll see sales just drop. And it's creating that virality within it is absolutely critical. It was really well said. And our virality has happened in the last 2 weeks. It's only been out about 6-7 weeks. This has happened in the last 2 weeks from a route we would never ever have imagined, and that is the American Blind Gamers Society. They absolutely love it. We've got 2.5 stars out of 5 in the UK. Don't know why, but 5 out of 5 stars. Pretty much every review bar 1 in the States, and the sales there are really rocketing. This is news you probably even haven't heard, Robin, but. There's lots of people saying, even if it gets a bad review on a site or whatever, the blind community are now defending us. They're saying, oh, well, you're not playing it properly, or you just concentrating. So Simon and I have been talking about, and Robin have been talking about it all the way through the development. The only real option we think at the moment is obviously Android, but the way that the game works, it naturally uses a lot of the resources of the phone, and everyone sort of whined about the absence of what's it called? Multitasking. Sorry, in the iPhone OS. Whereas actually, that's what we need. We need a phone to not multitask. We want all the resources. We want all the processor and all the memory to be able to run it on a handheld device. That's not the case with Android at the moment, but things are changing on Android, and it's potentially possible.
Okay, thanks again.
Thank you.